ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
And it's part 2 of our How to Take Rejection article. Now, you had that kind of uncomfortable situation, right? That guy, a friend, he kind of liked you as more than a friend.
Yeah.
You didn't feel the same way. So how did it go? Did you have a talk?
Yeah, so we had this really serious talk.
Okay.
And I just told him really honestly, like, I've always seen you as a friend and you will always be my friend.
Okay.
And, you know, how I appreciated him as a friend. I gave him examples and I really hoped that we would continue to be friends. So he understood and he just said, you know what, I really do like you as a person. No matter in what form, I think that we can continue to be friends.
Good. So you handled it with some sensitivity.
Yeah.
And then he took it with a good heart.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So it's worked out. So you think you'll still be friends with him for now?
I think so. He said he needed some time to get over the fact that he was a little bit sad, but after he comes around, we can continue to be friends.
Great. So he respected your opinion and your feelings, and that's wonderful. So hopefully you can go on and maybe even be better friends.
I hope so.
This.
I hope so.
That would be great. All right. Well, let's check out our article where the writer of the article, he was also having his own challenges in how to take rejection.
I reviewed the situation again, and things seemed different after that. For whatever reason, the girl didn't want to go out with me. It wasn't her fault. Also, I didn't do anything wrong. Therefore, I shouldn't put the blame on myself either. In the end, I realized that we didn't belong together.
All right, so our title is still the same, How to Take Rejection. And today's article picks up right where we left off yesterday, right after the girl rejected the boy whose words we are reading now. He continues, I reviewed the situation and things seemed different after that. Okay, so he thought carefully about what had happened. At first, he was hurt and even angry, but we'll see what he came to understand after he had a chance to think about it all a little bit more.
So what did he realize? Well, we read, for whatever reason, the girl didn't want to go out with me. 在这边加几个补充单字，第一个是 situation 情况，我们的主角 review the situation 就是他在评估了一次现在的状况的意思。他发现不管如何，其实没有人有义务要跟他约会，所以这边用到 whatever the situation 是不管是怎么样的，其实他也不去探讨了。这是另外一个说法，比方说别人问你一个问题的时候，你如果只回答 whatever， 这是另外一种用法。whatever 是表示随便，你不在乎的意思。
Yeah, so the girl, well, she didn't owe him a date or anything at all. As he also says, it wasn't her fault.
No,
it
nobody's fault.
No, exactly. It was just the way the girl felt, and that's what she wanted. So let's pause here and learn about a new word, and then our first grammar point. The new word we just saw there is the word fault. This is a word we use when something goes wrong and we want to say who is responsible for it going wrong. Fault is kind of like the word blame. If you break something, even if it was an accident, well, it was you who did it. So it is your fault. In other words, it is your responsibility.
That's right. Fault is the responsibility for something bad that happened. So if it's my fault, that means I did it. 补充一下 accident 就是指意外事故，而 responsibility 就是责任。Okay, and as we mentioned, it wasn't the girl's fault that she didn't want to go out with the boy. It's nobody's fault.
Okay, and as we continue, he writes, also, I didn't do anything wrong.
Nope.
No, he didn't. And so now he understands. Therefore, I shouldn't put the blame on myself. No, he shouldn't. No one should. We can see here that we have 2 of our new vocabulary words in this one sentence. So let's take a quick look at both of them.
The first one we have is therefore. This is a word that we use when we are saying why something happens. It makes the relationship between two things very clear. For example, I forgot my umbrella. Therefore, I got wet when it started to rain. Or, I woke up late. Therefore, I was late for school. We use this word in much the same way that we would use so. 我们这边提到 therefore 这个字，可以使句子的关系更清楚。其实跟 so 的用法是差不多的。Relationship 是关系的意思，关联。And we also had the word
blame. Now, earlier we talked about the fault. Well, the verb to blame is to put the fault on someone. If you did something wrong, then it is your fault. And if I say, you did something wrong, I am blaming you. I am saying that it is your fault.
And so, coming up to the break, it looks like the writer is beginning to accept this. And he also says, in the end, I realized that we didn't belong together.
All right, and we can see that one final new vocabulary word sneaks in there just before our break, and that word is belong. If something belongs, that is its place. That is where it should go. Your shoes belong on your feet. So don't put your shoes on your hands. They don't belong there. Or sometimes we use this to talk about how people in love, we belong together. That is where they should be as a couple. But in truth, this is really a choice. No one actually belongs to another person.
Okay, let's take a break and we will come back with more about dealing with rejection.
The rejection opened my eyes to the real world. People won't always say yes to me, and things won't always go my way. All I can do is stay positive and live my life.
So, rejection. It's no fun, definitely. But we have to be honest, it is a part of life.
Yeah.
And the most important thing to remember is that the pain of that rejection, it will go away.
Yes, and as we get to the end of the article, it seems that the young man writing the story is starting to realize this. He writes, the rejection opened my eyes to the real world. Yes, a part of growing up means that you're okay sometimes when you get rejected and you just need to pick yourself up and move forward and you'll be okay.
So one of the ways that life gives us these knocks is when we get rejected. And as he says next, people won't always say yes to me and things won't always go my way. Nope, that's life, and sometimes it isn't pretty or fun. And disappointment and rejection are some of those difficult experiences. So, we will get rejected, and we will be hurt once in a while. Things in life don't always go the way we want or the way we plan, but it's how you deal with those disappointments and rejections that will really decide how happy your life will be in the end.
And as the boy writes in the last sentence of our article, all I can do is stay positive and live my life. Yes, that's a very good attitude to have in life. If you try your best and hope for the best, well, you'll be able to deal with the difficulties that might come your way.
Good luck, folks. We are all done. Go out there into life. Be brave, be strong, and be kind. We are cheering for each and every one of you. So we'll see you all very soon back here. And until then, bye-bye.
Bye.
I reviewed the situation again, and things seemed different after that. For whatever reason, the girl didn't want to go out with me. It wasn't her fault. Also, I didn't do anything wrong. Therefore, I shouldn't put the blame on myself either. In the end, I realized that we didn't belong together. The rejection opened my eyes to the real world. People won't always say yes to me, and things won't always go my way. All I can do is stay positive and live my life.
第二天的文章继续来谈到男主角的内省过程，说不定他最后想开了，发现其实和那个女生当朋友也不错。我们先来看几个单字。第一个 fault， 错误是个名词 ，It's nobody's fault，It's nobody's fault， 那件事情不是任何人的错误。第二个单字 therefore， 因此是个副词，可以加在句子的前面。I didn't study for the test, therefore I failed.I didn't study for the test, therefore I failed. 我没有准备考试，因此我考得不及格。第三个单字 blame， 责备是个名词。Don't take the blame for something you didn't do. Don't take the blame for something you didn't do. 如果你没有做错事，不要随便揽下责任。最后一个单字 belong， 和是在一起的是一个动词。Everyone is looking for a place to belong. Everyone is looking for a place to belong. 每个人都在找能有归属感、合适的地方。
Hi guys, it's Winnie again. Are you ready for today's grammar points? 第一个是 A goes out with B. A 跟 B 约会。那 go out 这边是约会的意思哦。比方说你假日的时候一直当宅男宅女待在家里。这时候你周围身边的其他人就会跟你说 Why don't you find someone nice and start going out with them? 第二个是 go someone's way， 按照某个人的意愿还有心意。一个例句 A big lesson I learned from life is not everything will go your way, so all you need to do is keep pushing.关于呢人生，我学到很大的一门课是，不会任何事情都是如你所愿啦。但你该做的就是持续努力哦。最后一个，我们读到 All somebody can do is something。某个人呢所能够做的就是某件事。那要特别注意的是 ，All somebody can do 是单数的主词，所以后面要搭配 is。来看一下例句好了。小时候呢，是不是都觉得读书很无聊，每次都要被叫去看书？那这个时候你就会说，This is so boring. All I can do is stay awake. 这真的很无聊哎，我能够做的事情就是不要睡着。
Hello everyone, I'm Kim.
And I'm Zsolt.
We're going to play a game called Word Drop, where we each have 3 words from today's lesson, and we've not seen them before, we don't know what's on here. We're going to try to casually drop them into conversation. Okay, so let me see. So, I don't know, I've gotten myself into some very interesting situations over the years that I cannot quite recall right now, but I imagine you've found yourself in some interesting situations, have you not?
I've been in many countries around the world, and I have been in very, very awkward situations before. And as one thing that happens when you start traveling around and visiting so many different countries, you start to lose touch with your own culture, and then you start thinking, where do I belong?
I can imagine that's very difficult for people that travel a lot. You feel that you're not really belonging to anywhere, more like you're a citizen of the world, and you have a lot of different experiences in different places, and therefore you kind of feel a little lost sometimes.
Yes, being lost is no fun. But I have a fun story. When I was here in Ulai, I went hiking for 3 days with a dog, and I got lost in the forest. It was quite fun. And I realized there was no one to blame because I went by myself and the dog. And so that means that the entire fault belonged to me. Oh, I used the double word.
I see, okay. So you were out by yourself. That must have been pretty scary. I remember getting lost in Yangmingshan one time. That was also really scary. We were walking back and it was really dark and the roads are like twisting and turning. You can't see anything. The bugs are coming out, they're biting you, it's starting to get really scary. But you've got no one to blame but yourself. You should have brought your GPS, right?
Yeah, GPS definitely helps. But, you know, in those moments when everything's going wrong, you can just sit back, have some tea, and say, whatever.
See you next time!